Hey guys, Phoenix here, playing Eden. Is that Eden Star? Eden Asterisk? There are only two on the planet. There's no music on the menu screen. If I full screen it, for some reason, it only appears in this top left corner of the screen, even on the recording. So that's bad. I know nothing about this game. It's a visual novel, and that's about as far as I got. It's going to be very dialogue heavy. If I recall, though, this should have Japanese voice acting. Uh, well, let's see how it goes. And my mouse does not auto-hide either, so enjoy that for a while. I mustn't stop. Oh, it plays automatically. Tell myself over and over again. Whether I wanted to or not, my heart will leap to the past if I stopped even for a second. My memories were gentle, beloved, beautiful, and suffocating. If I were to immerse myself in them even once, I might never be able to pull myself back to reality. That is why I had to keep my hands moving. I thought of nothing as my fingers tore into the gaping hole in the ground before me. I thought of nothing. But it was futile. You dial. My heart leapt. What crossed my mind was but a mere ordinary day. Flashback! That day, she stood in the wind. And now I need press buttons, okay. She walked silently across the light green carpets and ascended that gentle incline. Her long hair fluttered in the wind, which carried a touch of humidity. I walked behind her, close enough that her hair might have touched my hand had I reached out. I was careful not to disturb her while she basked in the sunlight. The fragrance of the grass and the song of the trees, swaying in the breeze, wafted all around us. Suddenly, a clear, high-pitched sound like a whistle echoed nearby. Xion halted and looked at the sky. In the distance, a white bird danced about in the deep blue sky. It circled repeatedly as though searching for something. Little by little, it flew higher until its figure disappeared in the distance. She dashed. Her steps were light, as though she wouldn't allow herself to feel the weight of her body, just like that bird. I hurried after her.
Xion.
She must not have heard me. Once she began to run, she would not relent. She was chasing that bird, now no more than a dot in the sky, as far as she could. However, cruelly enough, the path ended. Looks pretty. Well, ish. Early 2000s pretty. She stood exhausted at the peak of the hill, the side of a hazy mountain ridge with the lake stretching below it, shimmered in the distance. Yeah, I'm not going to do the voice acting for the people. I'll just read all the narrating and stuff. The bird was nowhere to be seen. Xion was panting, but continued to gaze at the sky. I shook my head gently. Music's not bad. I'll give it that. She tilted her head as a faint smile crept onto her face. The girl in her one-piece dress smiled amidst the endless green expanse. I felt like I had detached from reality, like I'd wandered into a fairy tale.
そうだといいな。
Her eyes looked once more to the sky.
今日はまたひときわ強く輝いてる。
The sun, the sky, the clouds, and an ominously red solitary star shone in the sky she stared intently into. As long as that star was in the sky, this fairy tale would not have a happy ending. That star which glimmered even in the middle of the day was a symbol of the destruction that befalls in the not-so-distant
だけど
future.
まだ時間はある。世界はまだ終わらない。そうだろ？
It seemed to me as if she paused for a moment before nodding. Xion undoubtedly understood much more about this world than I did. She likely knew many things she did not need to know as well.
シオン。世界って本当に終わるんだろうか？
終わる。
This time she nodded without a moment's
だけど
hesitation.
終わりがあるから今を生きるのが楽しい。それを教えてくれたのがここのクラスとあなたね、りょう。
I stopped breathing for an instant. Her smile was beautiful. That expression, those words, I couldn't sense an ounce of regret or
俺
doubt.
はそんなこと言ったか？
Do I have amnesia? I managed to calm my heart and say it as bluntly as possible.
りょうが忘れても私が忘れない。絶対に忘れない。
Her gaze rose to the sky
もう
again.
少し
She looked like a saint offering a prayer to the heavens.
もう少しだけ私はこの空と雲の下にいたい。
She gazed longingly into the endless distance. Such a simple wish. I'll grant it. Why did an A appear in the corner? Was that a save slot? I don't know. Okay. That was my purpose after all.
りょう、
なんだ？
私はここにいたい。あなたと一緒に。
Whatever. Anime cutscene? No? Okay. We returned to the field at the end of our post-lunch walk. The temperature rose just a little, so I told Xion she should go back to
一
the
人で
house,
戻ってもや
but
ることなんてない。お客さん扱いしないで。私だって少しは役に立つの。
if she put it that way, I couldn't stop her. Speaking of which, she had been picking the auxiliary buds from the tomatoes for a while now. I didn't think it was a job that required such concentration. I stopped digging in the potato field at the sound of her tiny
シオン
shriek.
どうかしたのか？
I stopped and rushed to her side.
ミミズ。
I stared at her silently.
でもやっぱり何度見てもとてもグロテスク。
She was sheltered to such an extreme that she had almost never came into contact with them before. It wasn't just earthworms. She had only ever seen insects in
そろそろ慣れ
encyclopedias.
てもいいんじゃないか？畑仕事始めてもう2ヶ月にもなるぞ。
Thank you, exposition. She was a little disheartened. Perhaps I teased her too much. That was
sure.
teasing?
はい。
そのミミズ捕まえてビニール袋にでも入れておいてくれ。ついでに他にもいないか探してみて。
ミミズを食べるの？
食べるわけないだろう。夕方になったら釣りに行くから餌にするんだよ。
こんな生き物を？
She seemed to be experiencing some culture shock. I never got tired of watching her. Pervert. The previous, dignified Xion was fine, but I couldn't help but be amused by the way she gushed over everything she saw like a
じゃ
child.
あ頑張って集めてみる。
あ、 大いに頑張ってくれ。
あ、
She gazed at where the potatoes
じ
were
ゃがい
planted.
も葉がだいぶ広がってる。
ああ、もう少しで収穫できそうだな。土の下をちょっと見てみたが、割といい感じに。
Wait
今
just
気
a
づいたけど、
second.
まだ種芋植えてから30日くらいしか経ってないぞ。なんでこんなに成長してるんだ。
それは遺伝子改造された品種だから。
遺伝子改造？
移民船での栽培用に改良された品種。船にはスペースもエネルギーも限られてるから促成可能で。
それがこのジャガイモなのか。
She gave a small
短期間
nod.
で収穫可能で、極論すれば砂漠やシベリアでも育つような強い種なの。
シオン、なんでそんなに詳しいんだ。
遺伝子を調整したのは私だもの。他にもナスやトマト、キュウリ、大根、人参、セロリ。セロリは嫌いだから調整したくなかったけど、むしろ根絶やしにさせてやりたいくらい。
That's brutal. If I wasn't mistaken, she was a mechanical engineer. Why was she working on those sorts of things? I thought she'd be virtually helpless when it came to field work and agriculture. But clearly, I was mistaken.
ミミズを集めてみるけど、
She peered into my eyes.
餌を集めるだけじゃ面白くないから。だから私にも釣りを教えて。
あ、いいよ。
ありがとう、りょう。
So wait, is this supposed to be a story where there's literally only 2 people on the planet that's about to be destroyed? That's what the title seems like. Evening came and we returned to our cottage. Of course, we had to eat after all that manual labor, but there was something else we had to do first. Bao Chihuahua? We left today's harvest in the kitchen and I went into the living
それじゃ
room.
あシオン、始めるよ。
She nodded obediently and took her seats. Oh, they blinked their eyes during the scenes. That's a nice touch. I examined the lining of her eyes and the hue of the inside of her mouth, and confirmed nothing was particularly out of the ordinary. I took her pulse and blood pressure, and then her temperature. Nothing seemed peculiar here
何か自
either.
分でおかしい。
それ朝も聞いた。
朝は朝、今は今だ。で、
大丈夫。何かあったら隠さずに言うから。
シオンも無理しそうだからな。いまいち信用しきれないんだよ。
私は何も包み隠さないつもりなのに心外。なんなら触診でもする？聴診器を当ててみるのもいいかも。
Having said that, she suddenly reached for the shoulder of her dress.
ちょっと待った。
あなたに信用してもらうため、徹底的にやれば亮も納得する。
待った。分かったから。俺の負けだ。
負け？
She removed her hand from her shoulder and tilted her head curiously. Good grief, this is why I couldn't deal with airheads.
でも
Her expression stiffens.
本当に亮がどうしても気になるならどんな検査でも受けるから。
I could see a tinge of red in her face. Of course, it probably wasn't because of her poor health. Just how much of it was because she was naive, and how much was
ま
intentional.
あ、そういう遠慮してるわけじゃないしな。
そういう？
いや、俺も軍でごく初歩的な医療技術を聞きかじっただけだからさ。
More exposition. In reality, I wasn't capable of making a genuine diagnosis. The best I could do was follow Alicia's notes and perform a layman's
とりあえず
inspection.
異常はなさそうだからよしとしよう。晩飯にしようか。
And yes, this is the Steam edition, which means there should not be any actual nudity in here. At least I hope not, just for the sake of making my editing easier. Thinly sliced ham and lettuce between bread, vegetable soup, and a lightly seasoned foil roasted salmon. Tonight's dinner was modest, but Xion enjoyed it all the same. She was smiling from start to
美味
finish.
しかった。やっぱり亮は料理がお上手。
そりゃどうも。
It was a little embarrassing to be praised by someone sitting right in front of me. I placed some after-dinner tea before her. I set down my share and sat on the other side of the table.
ふう。ふう。
Xion's tongue was a little sensitive, so she blew on her steaming drink to cool it down. I could have just brewed it cooler to begin with, but it was amusing to watch her do this. God, this guy's sadistic. It was a guilty pleasure of mine.
ん？何を見てるの？
いや、なんでもないよ。
Although Xion looked suspicious, her attention quickly returned to her
今
cup.
日も。今日も楽しかった。本当にこんな時間が過ごせるだなんて。
Our days were uneventful. We mostly spent our time working from dawn to dusk in order to keep food on the table. But she considered such a mundane, everyday life fun. I couldn't help but feel a little sad.
では私は先にお風呂に入らせてもらってもいい？
Is that autosave? Is that what that is?
ああ、俺は。
じゃあ。
She was about to stand, but suddenly stopped.
亮、
どうかしたのか？
たまには一緒に入らない？
I nearly dropped my cup.
一体何？
私やっぱり一人で入浴するのが慣れなくて。
She certainly wasn't your
いい
ordinary
から
shut-in.
さっさと入ってきな。
でも背中や髪を一人で洗うのが大変で。
一人で洗えるように努力してくれ。
亮は冷淡。
She left the living room sounding disappointed. What a troublesome girl. But for the two of us to live together like this, and for me to be willing to wait on her, was this sort of thing inevitable? What about my own feelings? How did I feel about her? When she says or does such provocative things so innocently, I feel like the cage around my heart is falling apart, although this probably wasn't a bad thing. Not in the slightest. From the sound of her breathing, I was certain she had fallen asleep. I stood from the chair beside her bed and dimmed the lights. I considered leaving the room, but decided to return to my seat instead. Like a creeper. Like a creeper. Her breathing was normal, not particularly erratic. She was fine. I was just worrying too much. Her hand had slipped out from under the comforter. I gently took her hand to put it back under the covers, but suddenly she squeezed back. It wasn't a particularly strong grip, but it was enough that I couldn't let go. Her petite hand white as snow, I silently squeezed back. Her hand was a little cold, but I could certainly feel her warmth. Her mouth was moving ever so slightly, like she was repeating the same words over and over. What was she whispering? As I began to lean in, I suddenly stopped. Even in the darkness, I could clearly see it. A trickle of tears streamed from her closed eyes. What could be so sad? Could they be tears shed for someone she once knew? How much sadness is she carrying in her dreams, in her heart? I slowly released her hand. Unable to even wipe her tears away, I turned my back to her. I can't face these sorrows with you just yet, because I'm still unable to deal with my own. I still remember the soft sensation of her hand from that time. There was no way I could forget. I was incapable of forgetting, all the time I spent with her.
汚れちまったな。
I stared closely at my hands. They were covered in mud, the skin was cracking underneath, and spots of blood were oozing onto the surface. I would have been fine if I'd worn some work gloves, but I never once considered it. No, I knew I'd be digging such a big hole, so using a shovel would have been the obvious choice.
俺。
Are you burying her? What in the world was I doing? I felt like I'd been asking myself that my entire life, except for the time I spent with her. The cold wind felt wonderful on my raw, stinging hands. Shall I return to the past once more? I'll remember everything from the beginning to the end, so that I can move these hands again. Did I make any mistakes leading up to this day, this very spot? Was there nothing I could have said? Was there anything I should not have said? What was it that I did for you? Let me remember one thing at a time. So I think he's burying the grave to put her in, maybe? I slowly closed my eyes. Some months ago. There were many people on the planet.
楽な仕事であることは保証するよ。
The girl sitting across from me said that cheerfully as she crossed her long legs from underneath her miniskirts. Her name was Lavinia Aphasia. She was a warrant officer like myself, and we seemed to be the same ages. Perhaps that was why she was acting quite friendly with me despite us having just met.
勤務時間外は多少羽目を外しても咎められることもない。
She had an army bred feel to her, and her personality was
士
refreshing.
官の数も少ないから順位って言えば
Auto
ちょっとした身分だよ。
Stop.
で、聞いてる？春菜順位。
聞いてるよ、浅井純。
さっきも言ったでしょ。ラビーでいいってば。あんまり名字好きじゃないんだよね、私。だからラビ順位って呼んで。
名前に階級をつけるのはおかしくないか？
なんなら呼び捨てにしてくれても全然構わないよ。私が上官になるまでは。
She gave me a teasing
で
smile.
もさ、春菜順位。ほんと、さっきから上の空じゃない？もしかして今回の任務は気に入らないの？
This female soldier and I were the only ones present in this transport helicopter, which could carry 11 troops. Her shrill voice was hard on my ears, perhaps due to how empty it was. Her voice isn't that shrill, but whatever.
ま、特殊部隊出身の順位には施設警備なんて物足りない仕事だろうけど。
別に物足りないってことはないさ。
According to the others, I usually looked quite stoic and always seemed displeased. Well, it wasn't a big deal
仕
for a
事なん
soldier
だか
to
ら
be
襟込みなん
unsociable.
かしない。命令ならどこへでも行くし、何でもやるのが当然だ。
結構謙虚なのね。エリート部隊の隊員なんてみんな傲慢なタイプかと思ってた。
特殊部隊って言っても別にエリートってわけじゃない。ちょっと他の部隊とは仕事の種類が違っただけだ。それにもう部隊はなくなってんだ。俺だって君と何も変わらない。
そんなもんかな。
ああ。
It's been 3 months since the unified government had declared the war to be over. My unit was dissolved amidst the rapid disassembly and reorganization of land forces. Many of my former comrades transferred to new units and had gone to space. Several had been discharged and returned to their normal lives, and some transferred to the police force. It was exceedingly rare for someone to be transferred to another terrestrial unit like me.
見えてきた。ほら、あれよ。
Why the close-up on her non-existent tits? She spoke remarkably loud. She spoke remarkably loudly. I looked towards the window behind me. Dude. I turned to look, lured by her voice. Thank you. And as soon as I turned around, a tiny island floating alone on the light blue ocean entered my view. There was a rather sound-looking building standing on the island, concealed by sheer rock face, like some sort of mistake in design.
そう、春名獣医の新たな認知。第703研究所よ。
Eden, sir. There were only 2 on the planet. As we nonchalantly passed through these splendid doors to the building, I halted and set down my bag beside me.
研究所の警備部隊に配属されると聞いてきたんだけどな。
そう、だからここが春名獣医の新たな勤務地。第703研究所よ。
She repeated those words I had heard only a moment ago. Let me guess, you're going to say something about this looking nothing like a research facility. I took a better look around the entry hall.
研究所ってイメージじゃないことは確かね。
Normally when I think research facility, I think drab concrete exterior with nothing but off-white linoleum corridors inside, as far as the eye can see. But that will have been presumptuous, as this place certainly didn't look anything like what I imagined a quote-unquote research facility would be.
そのあたりについてはそのうちわかるよ。まずは我らが隊長のところへ案内す。ラビーちゃん。エリコさん？どうしたの？すっとんきょうな声出して。
Okay. Hang on. So, can I rewind that real quick?
エリコさん？エリコさん？
They're saying Erica, but it got translated to Elika. Because it's Japanese, but they say Erica. And Erica's whatever.
それがサロンでカリウスさんと松永君が取っ組み合いよ。へえっていいんじゃない？カリウス軍曹も松永伍長も若いんだし、青春の血潮がたぎることだってあるよ。でも仲裁しようとして何人も怪我してるんです。ちょうどいい訓練になるよ。喧嘩の一つも止められない連中は体がなまってるんでしょ。でもまだ何かあんの？ラビーちゃんの所有権をかけての決闘らしいんですけど。
What?
所有権？しかも勝った方がラビーちゃん専用押し倒し権をゲットできるとかなんとか。
What?
どこで誰が発行してんのよその件は。ね、行きますか？放っておきますか？ってもういないですね。早い早い。
Warrant Officer Lavi disappeared like the wind before this Erica girl finished talking.
でもラビーちゃんは美人だからしょうがないですよね。ね、あなたもそう思いません？
ラビー順位の見てくれがそこそこいいのは否定しないが。
あれ？ところで
She tilted her
ど
head
ちら
slightly.
様ですか？
Oh, now we get along. Now we
ここ
get
に
to
赴
that
任
point.
してきたものなんだが。
聞いてます。目つきの悪い、いかにも悪賢そうな少年が来るって。
俺の目つきのことはともかく、 案内役がいなくなってどうするんだ。
どうするんでしょうね。
というか、こちらからも質問があるんだが、いいか。
はい、何でしょう。
君は、なんだ。
Yeah, that might
メイ
be
ドです。
good.
ここには貴族でも住んでるのか。
まさか人類が宇宙に移民するこの時代に貴族なんて、そんなのいたら剥製にされて博物館に飾られちゃいますよ。
You have a very dark sense of humor. The girl who called
物
herself a
珍
maid
しさで言えば
chuckled
メイドも
cheerfully.
負けてないだろう。
つまり
Okay.
私も剥製に。
Yeah,
剥製
totally.
から離れろ。
I couldn't help but feel this would-be
仮
maid
に
was
も
off
こ
in
こ
the
は
head
政府
somehow.
の施設だろ。
Really?
しかも軍が駐留してる重要施設にメイドなんているはずがない。
そんないきなりやってきて私の存在を否定されても。
Well, since you're glowing, you
少
must
し
be a
頭が
ghost.
痛くなってきた。
No, I know. It's... Even if she looked at me with those troubled eyes, I was just as baffled
私
as
のお
she
仕事
was.
についてご説明した方がいいでしょうか。
いや、いい。
Yeah, that might be
聞くと
good.
余計に頭痛がひどくな
No,
りそう
okay,
だ
I。guess not.
それより、ここの責任者のところへ行きたいんだが、場所を教えてもらえるかな。
稲葉少佐さんですね。なんでしたら私がご案内しましょうか。ラビーちゃんはカリウスさんと松永くんを半殺しにするまで戻ってこないでしょうし。
半殺しね。物騒なところだな。
ラビーちゃんが物騒なだけです。何も警戒することなんてありません。ここは平和な場所ですから。
A carefree smile rose to her face. The moment I... Stop zooming in on boobs! The moment I witnessed her smile, dripping with kindness.
すごいね、亮は。
Flashback within a flashback. What in the world was that sensation just now? For an instant it felt like a current had just run through me. I was seeing stars. No, there was something else. I had surely caught a glimpse of something else in that instant. What in the world was it?
いや、なんでもない。気にしないでくれ。
I said that as I wiped the sweat from my
気分が悪いよう
forehead.
でしたらお薬でもお出ししましょうか。
本当になんでもないんだ。それより案内を頼む。
はあ、わかりました。それでは参りましょう。1名様ご案内。
I slowly followed behind the maid as she started walking. Earlier it seemed like I had just remembered something important. There was no doubt it was an illusion, but why did I suddenly hallucinate? I shook my head. A building unsuited to be called a research facility, and the girl who called herself a maid. I was probably just a little confused after encountering such a strange situation. After opening the door and stepping in, a lone man appeared before me. That man was seated sloppily in his chair and was gazing at me with an uninterested expression.
春の順位。
The man,
そうです
Major
ね。
Naba, went straight to
ラ
the
ビー
point.
ちゃんに突然休養ができちゃったんですよ。
そりゃ休養は突然できるわな。
ああ、なるほど。鋭いご意見ですね。
いやはやそれほどでも。
What was with? I was actually going to
そ
say
れ
that.
でエ
What
リ
was
カが
with
連
this
れてきてくれた
conversation?
わけか。ご苦労だったな。
いえいえ、これくらいはお安いご用で。私は自分の損にならないことなら何でもやりますよ。というか、仕事をサボるいい口実になりましたし。それで
I
は
wasn't sure what to think of
面倒
her
で
after
すけど、
hearing that.
そろそろお仕事に戻ります。
ああ、彼女によろしく。
Erica smiled sweetly, bowed to the Major, and left the room. When I saw her bow and salute, it became clear she wasn't military personnel. Maybe she
どうだ
really
エリカ
was a maid.
ちょっと目がくらむような美人だろう。
そうですかね。
His mouth loosened into a grin.
あまり興味なさそうだな。
あまりではなく、少しもありません。
まあ軍隊では珍しいことじゃないし、今時は神様だって同性を愛するなとは言わないよな。
そういう意味ではありません。
In reality, I had some interest in Erica, but I wasn't captivated by her endowed figure. Something felt out of place about her. Not that I had the slightest idea
春
where
名
that
順位の
feeling
趣味
came
に
from.
ついてはおいおい追求するとして。
Superior officers who peered into their subordinates' personal lives were the worst. Major Nava corrected his posture
よく
slightly
来
and
たな
cleared his throat.
と言うべきかな。いきなりこちらに不手際があったようだが。
お言葉ですけど、少佐は部下のしつけがなってないんじゃないですか。
俺は部下の自主性を尊重する上官なんでね。
上官ならけじめをつけないとまずいでしょう。
He shrugged his shoulders and showed a faint smile. The way his actions and expressions gave off a sarcastic feel had not changed at all from the past.
ん？
確か7年前は注意でしたよね。まさかまだ少佐だとは思いませんでした。
士官学校でとはいえ、俺はまだみそじにもなってないんだぞ。
いえ、あなたは。
ん？なんだ？
Exposition, yay. I thought you were more capable. Not only was there no point, that was something that was not something I should say to someone who was, for the time being, my
少
superior.
佐は昔と比
I
べ
swallowed
て
my words.
あまり変わっていませんね。
苦労してないからな。老け込む要素がないんだ。
He let out a rattling laugh. His face looked a little red, but it was unlikely he
とりあえ
would
ず
drink
配
in the
属書は受け
afternoon.
取ったんで、今日はもう休んでいいぞ。飛行機とヘリを乗り継いでの長旅は疲れただろう。
ですが、まだ任務の詳細も聞いていません。
当研究所の警備以上。
了解しました。
それじゃこいつを持っていけ。
ID card. He rummaged through his desk drawer and took out a thin
この封筒には
manila
細々
envelope
と
and
し
a
た書類
single
と
card.
館内の見取り図のデータディスクが入ってる。
はい。
あと独り身の夜を慰める秘蔵データもあるが、ついでに持っていくか。
結構です。
Are you going to give me porn?
つまらんな。
I took the envelope and ID and returned the guest ID
あ
I'd
とは
received from La
明
Villa.
朝0730に迎えが来るから、その時に細かい仕事内容を聞いてくれ。
なんだか大雑把ですね。館内に入ってから荷物検査すら受けていませんよ。
別にいつも誰にでもこういう対処をしてるわけじゃないさ。
なら今回はなぜ俺をフリーで通したんですか？
決まってる。春名亮、お前は特別だからだよ。
Cool. Was it so obvious? I understood from his tone that he
こ
didn't
ちらから
intend to
も
say
一つ質
anymore.
問があるんだ。いいか？
Also, just a note. Apparently people are going to space in this, and we still have this type of laptop, that type of phone, manila envelopes.
もちろん
I
構
do
い
have a
ません。
question for. Oh, he already said. Right. Never mind. There's no way I could
Leo.
refuse to speak to a superior. His demeanor flipped
Mada.
like a switch, and his eyes stared
7年
straight
前
at
の
me.
ことを覚えているか？
Flashback within a flashback, yay. The frustration of only being able to cry out. the sensation of a large, heavy fist sinking into my face with a thick thud. A back trailing off into the distance, and tiny footsteps
忘れ
pushing
てはいませ
through
ん
the grass.
全てを忘れるには7年は短すぎます
I returned to stare.
だっ
No
た
matter
ら
how
なぜ
sharp his
銃を
glare,
抜か
my
ない
heart would not sway.
お前にとっては殺しても飽き足らない相手だろう俺はそうやって俺の前に立つためにお前は今日まで生きてきたんじゃないのか
へえ殺されると分かっていて俺を呼んだのですか
お前は大したものだよもう殴るどころか体に触れることもできないだろうな
俺も所詮は飼い犬ですよあんたと同じようにね
Ace. Any soldier would shoot if given the order. But on the other hand, we couldn't shoot without an order. That's how a trained soldier behaved. The major should have
今
been
の質
aware
問は
of
忘れ
it.
てくれ任務に関係ないことをつい口走るのが俺の悪い癖でね
本当に悪い癖ですね
全くだ
それで
Before
は
I knew it, his eyes had
失礼しま
become
す
as sluggish as before. I saluted, and
少佐。
as I went to turn,
ん
I halted.
どうした
ここでは一体何の研究を
ああ肝心なことを言い忘れてたかすまんすまん
He clapped his hands together and grinned. His
俺も
sloppiness
詳しいところ
might
ま
have
で
been
は
the
知ら
reason
ない
he was stuck at his current
聞いても
rank.
理解できんだろうしなまあ簡単に言うとかつては移民船開発の中枢だったが今はすでに就航した船のデータ解析をやってるそうだ
移民船開発
Wait just a second. A key figure to the development of the colony ships.
さすがに察しがいいじゃないかリョウここ
He
には
grinned fearlessly. This is where
ここには
he says that.
彼女がいる
Bum bum bum. The door was closed quietly, and Inaba leaned back in his chair. As he brushed the stubble beneath his chin, he thought to himself, "He's grown quite a bit." That was only natural. After all, Inaba had last met Ryu Haruna roughly 7 years ago. You can safely say Ryu was still young at the time. In fact, one can say he was young even now. However, those eyes of his, they are no longer the eyes of a young man, but of a soldier who had survived numerous battles. Inaba lazily tapped the laptop on his desk. He was reading through the data on Ryu Haruna that had been forwarded to him from headquarters. Warrant Officer Ryu Haruna, birthplace, Japan. He enlisted in the United Army 7 years ago and fought against the Southern Union, which had declined an alliance with the unified government. Though exceedingly underage when he enlisted, he became an expert marksman and was later designated as a sniper. For 3 years he fought in various skirmishes and received multiple commendations for his performance. He was given the rank of corporal, and around the time the war with the Southern Union ended, and left his unit to return to his home country. With the decline in the Army's 10th Special Forces Unit, which specialized in anti-terrorism, he enlisted in the newly established Unit 13, which went by the alias GAT. As a member of the entry team, he was able to achieve many accolades, primarily for his role in
ゲリラの中でも最大の戦力を有してい
anti-government
た反移民組織暁の明星の壊滅もガットの仕事だったか
He was also instrumental in the elimination of the serial bomber Kizu, rescued the abducted daughter of the Vice President of the Ministry of Domestic Affairs, and secured Diet member
ここ数年の激
Hazenteru,
戦地
ringleader
全て
of
に
the
志願
Section
さ
7
れたし
incidents.
功績を認められて試験免除で特殊部隊入り凄まじいな
He had checked this data many times before, but it was a career that gave him chills every time he read it. Ryu Haruna had probably handled many assignments not kept in the official records since joining the Special Forces. He appeared to be a normal young man, yet there was no doubt that Ryu was a capable soldier. Even with how unorganized the military was at the present, advancing from private to warrant officer in such a scant few years was
一
unprecedented.
体
But
その目で何を見てきたんだ、春名亮。
Inaba sighed. The ones who dragged Ryu into the military 7 years ago was none other than Inaba. Of course, Ryu had decided to enlist on his own. Inaba just so happened to help push his paperwork through. Ryu did not meet the age requirements, so Inaba fabricated his documents and arranged for him to be assigned under a commander he knew to be capable. That was all. But that decision stained the once pure young man's hands in blood. That solitary fact was enough to ensure Inaba a
罪の
place in
一つや
hell.
二つが増えても今更だがね。
Inaba smiled bitterly and reached for a whiskey bottle in his desk.
出てきましたね。
I heard a lively voice as I left the office. Close up on boobs. When I turned around, the maid girl was jogging toward me from the other side of the
ち
hall
ょう
with
どいい
a
タイミング
light
だったみ
pitter
たいで
patter.
すね。
あんた仕事があるんじゃなかったのか？
お仕事を済ませて戻ってきたんです。大事なことを言い忘れていたので。
大事なこと？
私ってポカが多くて大抵のことはうまくこなせるんですけど、大事なことを忘れがちなんですよね。
それは難儀なたちだな。それで
It was
大事なことってなんだ？
inconsequential to me, though.
私、エリカと言います。
は？
She's saying
自己
Erica.
紹介を忘れてたんですよ。ね、とんだうっかりさんでしょ。
そんなことか。
自己紹介
I
は
already
大事
knew
ですよ。
since Lavi had
コ
said
ミ
her
ュニ
name
ケーションの
before.
第一歩です。
別に名前なんてどうでもいい。というかメイドなんてどうでもいい。
ひどーい。
That was a bit mean, dude.
自信が持て
She
なく
shouted
な
and
りま
tottered
した。
about.
もうメイドとしてやっていけません。
そこまで落ち込むことはないだろう。
明日からは白衣の天使にでもなりましょう。
なんでもありか。
Maybe she was really just a girl
こ
wearing
れ
a
は
maid's
冗談
uniform?
として。
タフだな。
Oh.
それであなたのお名前も教えていただけるとお姉さんは嬉しいんですけど。
春名良純だ。
Calling herself my big sister caught me off guard. Was it because of her overly cheerful expression? It's hard to say her true age for sure,
春菜
but she didn't look any older than me.
りょうくんですね。
待て。いきなりその慣れ慣れしい故障はなんだ？
何か不都合がありますか？
不都合はない。
A civilian girl shouldn't have to address me by rank, and it wouldn't be a strange way to refer to me if she did happen to be older. It wouldn't, but her
りょうくんでいいで
intonation
す
was
ね。
just...
それ
She
で
stared
りょ
at
うく
me.
ん、
She
こ
stared
れ
me
から
down
ど
with a
ちらへ行か
smile.
れるんですか？
今日はもう何もないから自分の部屋に行って休んでいいそうだ。
お部屋の場所わかるんですか？
いや、
It may have been written in the data the Major gave me, but I couldn't
それ
read
で
that
は
without loading up
私
on
がお
computer
連れしまし
somewhere.
ょう。大丈夫、場所は知ってますから。
なあ、あんた。
She smiled sweetly and began to walk.
それと呼び捨てで構わないですよ。
エリカは本当にメイドなのか？
はい、見ての通りメイドさんです。
別に好きじゃない。
そ れでも男の子ですか。優しくて美人なメイドさんに対してそれは失礼ですよ。
自分で美人とか言うな。
まったくもうスカートが長いのが気に入らないのかな。
そんなことよりエリカみたいなメイドとか軍人以外の職員はどれくらいいるんだ。
メイドは私だけですけど、厨房とか清掃なんかの職員が20人くらい。
軍人は120名だと聞いてきたが確かか。
そんなものですね。多少増減はしてると思いますけど。
なるほどな。
This house, no, research facility was a bigger structure than I had pictured, but that was still far too many people. If this place had 2 platoons, or 30 infantry, it would have been more than enough. The military was short-handed everywhere nowadays, while this place was downright opulent. What the major had said at the very end did not appear to be a joke. Beyond the door, contrary to my expectations, was a charmless, simple room.
って思っているでしょう。
玄関や少佐の執務室とはまるで違うな。
この東館は兵隊さんの宿舎用に増築されたものなんですよ。外装や廊下は本館の内装に合わせてありますけど、室内まで手が回らなかったみたいです。
なるほど。
Dude, this room is still better than my room, so whatever. Minimally furnished. You had like 3 extra chairs in there. It was minimally furnished. It couldn't be called spacious, but it was just a room to sleep in, so I had no complaints.
一応士官用のお部屋ですよ。他に空きがないのと、少佐さんが少尉も準尉も大して変わらんとか言ってここを使うようにと。
どこまで大雑把なんだ少佐は。
Needless to say, warrant officers and second lieutenants were completely different. A non-commissioned officer would normally have to enroll in officer training school and break through many obstacles before becoming an officer. Well, a private room was more comfortable, so I was thankful.
りょうくんは
She suddenly made a
稲葉
mysterious
少
face
佐
and
さん
peered
と
into my
は面
eyes.
識があるみたいですね。
一応な。
Yeah, he punched me
最
in
後
the
に会っ
face
た
when
の
I
は
was a
も
kid.
うずいぶん前の話だ。あの時も少しも軍人なんかには見えなかったけど、今でもあまり変わってない。おかしな男だ。
I carelessly threw the bag I'd been carrying
そ
on
んな
the
乱
floor.
暴な。
壊れるようなもんは入っちゃいない。少佐は。
はい
や、なんでもない。
Why had the major requested me? I was grateful to be pulled away from my job as a teaching assistant at the academy after the unit assault. It didn't suit me at all. But I did not understand why he would have assigned me as a guard at a remote research facility. No, maybe I should say I used to not understand.
りょうくんもかなり変わってると思いますよ。私は軍人さんをたくさん見てきましたけど、りょうくんは他の軍人さんと全然別の生き物みたいに思えます。
あんた、俺と今日会ったばかりじゃないか。
ほら、
What could she know
年
about
上
me
のお
just
姉
from
さんに向
that?
かって「あんた」はいけませんよ。
本当に年上なのか。
それだけは間違いないと断言できます。
とりあえ
Well, they
ず
say you can't judge a
今日
woman's
は
age
い
by
ろい
her
ろと世話になっ
appearance.
た。ありがとう。
別にお礼を言われることではないんですよ。昔から人に世話を焼きすぎるんですよね。
メイドに向いてる性格らしいな。
ええまた何かありま
She
したら
congenially
いつでも
showed
どう
me a
ぞ。
soft smile.
いや、別にもう何もないだろう。
そこは嘘でも今後もよろしくとかなんとか言うものですよ。
If I was unusual, this maid had to be as well. Everyone in the force and training academy had been afraid of me and won't get anywhere near me. Flashback again? No, flash forward, okay. Erica graciously bowed to the two soldiers who had just come from a meeting as she walked through the halls. The soldiers passed her with relaxed expressions. Ryu Haruna was somehow different from these men, she thought. He was a young man with a bizarre ambience. He seemed unsociable, but replied honestly when spoken to. He did not really seem like a soldier, but those eyes, that glint in his eyes was not something those who had lived an ordinary life would possess. She may have gotten such a terribly unbalanced impression of him due to the fact his eyes were so out of the ordinary.
全然違いますね。
Perhaps one day he will appear before you. Erica remembered the words she had once been told. She had never once imagined he would actually come to this research facility. Furthermore, that he would be the owner of such dreadful eyes. This was a man who may have lived through unspeakable scenes of carnage. Erica had seen many soldiers before. She understood just how different Ryu Haruna was. She let out a gentle sigh. The fact that a monster like it
始まるわ。
had been summoned must have meant that the time had come. Bum bum bum. Okay. Let's see. How do I open up a menu? Is there a menu? Right click? Cool, it's one of these. Okay. Save. Save. Whatever. Stop. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. Okay. And I probably won't play more of this game. If anyone in the comments wants me to play more, I'll consider it. But this is just going to be a lot of talking. I've been doing this for about an hour now, and there's been not even a choice for me to make yet. So I'm pretty much just reading a book. Which, while that's fine, I would like to be able to do something other than read and burn my throat. So for now I'm stopping. If you guys want to watch more, let me know in the comments. If you like it, hit like. Feel free to look at my other content, yada yada yada. And until then, guys, stay humble.